Hi, I was reminded today of a post that I saw a few weeks ago from Sara Blakeley, I think Blakeley or Blakey. Anyway, she's the owner and CEO of Spanx, youngest female billionaire. Awesome. I really love her. I really like her posts and she's very inspiring. Anyway, so on one of her posts, she had a lady who was obviously a very successful woman. She looked like very dignified, and she said that on herself that sometimes she feels like a loser like once a week. And she said the only ones who don't feel like losers every now and then are actually losers, which was like cracked me up. And it was also very relieving because she's obviously very successful and she thinks of herself as a loser about once a week. I was like, that's awesome. So I wanted to share that message. And also it reminded me of when I heard another, I think it was a psychologist or a doctor, talk about narcissism. And the only people that think that they're narcissists are not narcissists. Like, narcissists don't think that they are. So if you ever think that you're evil or mean or narcissistic, chances are no, you're probably an empath. You're probably an empath taking on narcissistic people's energy and their problems, which is what happens. So there you go. If you think you're any thoughts of being worthless or loser or any kind of garbage, which it really is, it's such a lie. It's like a lie of the mind. And I've also been listening to an audiobook, I forgot what it's called, but it talks about evil, and evil spelled backwards is live. So it's alive. It's alive actually when, this is my spin on it, but evil is alive when we allow it, when we allow the lies to persist, because there's these lies that our brain tells us that are actually just not true. And it's part of the human conditioning that is been dysfunctional for generations and generations and generations. It's not part of healing. It's not part of our true essence of who we are, which is completely like just God, your soul, who you are, unlimited, love, abundance, worthiness, anything, success, all the good stuff. That's what you are, is really all the good stuff. And the healing process is just kind of like moving all the other stuff out of the way so that way you could truly, truly experience who you really are. So there's blind spots, and then there's blind spots, and then there's lies. And it's a very sneaky way that the brain does that. And you could call it the evil inclination. I'm calling it the brain at this point, not that the brain is evil in itself. Actually, it's a magnificent tool, obviously. But let's say the evil inclination, which is evil. So, but the truth is it doesn't really exist, because where there's light, that just completely dispels the darkness. So that is uncovering the lies, understanding you're totally quote unquote normal, whatever the heck that means. But if you're thinking at any point that you're a loser or any kind of stuff like that, really what it's meaning is that you're a real person. You're a freaking human being with a conscience. And you know that you have room to grow. The lie is telling you that you are the opposite of good, right? Or that you're worthless or all those other things. But the truth is no, is you actually, those thoughts I think they're holy thoughts when you uncover the truth of it, or what is actually trying to emerge from it, which is, whoa, no, actually I'm really worthy and I'm really awesome. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't feel so bad when I had those thoughts, right? Because after you have those thoughts, you don't feel good. Why don't you feel good? Because it's not true. Your emotions are telling you, the feelings that you have after you have thoughts are indicators of what's true and what's not true. So if you're in pain, you're experiencing something that is going against the nature of the essence of who you are. which is love and kindness and patience, and it's God. It's godliness, it's the creator, it's beautiful love, whatever you want to call that power, that power. And it's in you. And when you're experiencing other thoughts, they're really unclean thoughts. And so that's when you get to call it out and say, what's trying to emerge? Okay, so maybe what's trying to emerge for me is for me to own the fact that I am human, and my mind is going to have these thoughts, but it doesn't mean that it's true. It means that I'd be much more comfortable knowing the truth about who I am, which is whole and complete, which is what you are. And that is what that lady is. And it's so cool that she was able to say on herself that she sometimes feels like a loser. That is so cool, because it is so true to everybody. And if somebody that is so successful and so wealthy and so put together is also saying she's a loser, sometimes she feels like that. She's not saying she is, but sometimes she feels like that. And the only people that are not that are people that don't think that they are. Just think about that for a minute. So cool. And I love that, and I wanted to share that. So let me know in the comments below if you resonate with any of this or what your thoughts are. And also contact me if you'd like to discuss getting in touch with yourself in a way of healing that will connect you to the essence of who you are, so you can live a life that you actually want to live instead of being a prisoner to your own thoughts. God bless.